Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, you are now live with the United Spot on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Hello, everybody. I hope your night went swimmingly. Been studying words with friends. Swimmingly is the newest word for us. Hooked on phonics, worth every penny. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful night, a wonderful day, a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon. We are here. We are ready. And we are willing. First and foremost, we got to thank our sponsors out there. Wouldn't be anything right now without our sponsors. So we'd like to take a few moments to thank our sponsors. And here we go. A word from our sponsors. All right. I want to thank Crickets for always being there for the United Spot. We truly appreciate all your support and sponsorship money. You guys are amazing. What are we going to do today? We are going to take our minds off of politics. And why are we going to do that? Well, politics is everywhere. Politics is in your conversations at work, conversations at home, conversations in bed. Believe it or not, conversations in the bathrooms, everywhere. It's everywhere you want to be. It's in schools, it's in doctors' offices, it's everywhere. We need to take a break from politics for just a moment throughout the day and concentrate on what's really important. And that is 80s versus 90s. All right. And I don't care who you are. All right. 80s versus 90s is probably the best possible thing you could be doing right at this moment. I don't care if you're sitting in a Lamborghini on top of the Aspen friggin' most beautiful scenery you've ever seen in your entire life, sitting on 500 million bucks with 2 Slurpees and a bottle of beef jerky juice. You are not gonna have a better time than 80s versus 90s. All right. Mark Burchett, that's awesome. Way to start off the day. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Mark Burchett is in the house. Thank you so much for that. Truly appreciate it, Mark Burchett. So what are we going to do with 80s versus 90s today? Yesterday was a little bit of a cluster. It was fun, but we thought we'd take it up a notch. And so today we're going to do a little something that's definitely going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to start off with this. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. I'd like to thank everybody in the live on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We truly appreciate all of your amazing comments. We truly appreciate all your amazing support. You guys are awesome. We couldn't do this without you. And we just want to thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day to hang out with the United Spot. A bunch of morons who try and make people laugh. So let's start it off with this. All right, you guys. Now, I have no idea what they have rolled up for me here. So I'm just gonna, I know. Okay, so yesterday they kind of screwed me up a little bit. So I have not seen the 80s versus 90s list up. Apparently there's 10 of them. And I don't know what, all I know is that I know the people that I work with, and they can sometimes be a little rough. So this is just gonna be like, I don't know what to expect. So I'm just, anyways. Big Ron, thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Truly appreciate it, Big Ron. That means a lot. Thank you so much for that. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. And thanks everybody for being here. And we're gonna go right on with the 80s versus 90s. All right, guys. Are you ready? Get set. Oh boy, here we go. Go. Okay. Okay. This isn't technically 90s versus 80s. This is 80s versus like what the hell. Okay, so I mean, honestly, it's not that not accurate. I mean, this is okay. We got a guy. This is horrible. Not a way I wanted to start off the 80s versus 90s. But let's be real. There wasn't a person alive that didn't recognize this guy right here on the left hand side in the 80s, all right, or even in the 70s. I mean, he was with the Jackson 5. He was very talented. Of all the, I mean, he had Tito and Janet and the rest, Jermaine, and they all kind of did their own thing, and they were had kind of a father that was a little bit, maybe not your all-star father. Apparently, he just cared more about money and success for his kids than he cared about actually his kids. So we have Michael over here in the 80s, came out with Thriller, and a ton of other great songs, Beat It. And I mean, did some duets with Paul McCartney. I don't know anybody that doesn't know Michael Jackson, all right, that didn't rock out or break dance or even have. I got to be honest with you. I'm just being completely transparent with you. I owned the replica zipper red jacket. It was not real. We couldn't afford things like that. And a glitter, which was really a horrible, horrible rendition, glitter glove. And I used to break dance, and I used to dance like Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, it was not the most best part of my life, but I'm being completely transparent with you. Yes, I did dress up like Michael Jackson every once in a while, and I'd break dance and I'd put on shows and I'd have a great time. It was all in fun. Little did I know that I could have been one of the kids that went up to Neverland Ranch to have a glass of wine. So we just left it with the music. We loved him as an entertainer. We danced to his music. We sang along with his music. Did we agree with everything that he was doing? Absolutely not. We don't agree with half the stuff that people do in that aren't big major movie and rock and R&B songs stars. But we did have memories with Michael Jackson. But I gotta be honest with you, the guy on the right, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just no way in hell. But this right here, honestly, I'm not going to get into politics, but this right here just clearly shows that you could actually just totally, completely change your entire look. It's if you have the money, you can do it. So this is pretty scary. I'm 100%, even though he had a few hits in the 90s, I am 100% positive I'm going to be going with the 80s Michael Jackson. It was just a lot less weird stuff going on. I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole Peter Pan thing, but I'm going to go with 1980s. Beat It. Thriller. The Red Jacket. Apparently, he was going through a situation. A lot of people didn't really understand why he would wear, the glove. They didn't understand why he would wear a mask every once in a while. It was because his skin was going through that pigment phase to where he was losing pigment. I'm not sure exactly how far it went. I know a lot of people that actually go through that. It's actually, a problem for people. And I know that he had that accident on the Pepsi commercial. I mean, a lot of things that went on. So I'm going to go with 100% 1980s Michael Jackson, hands down. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully they were nice to me today. That was pretty much, that was too much. That was too much. That was too much for a Friday morning. And it is Friday. It's actually Friday afternoon. I apologize. 3 o'clock, 3:09 actually. Jeez, I got to start working. So let's see here. If you guys got money, just send it to us because that's our new begging thing. Do you have money? Can you send it to us? It's pretty direct. Here's our PayPal. So let's go to the second one. Come on, guys, be nice. Come on! Why are you doing this to me? That's not even 90s Madonna. I don't even know who the hell that is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know what to say about this. All I know is that I'm a material girl. Okay, who didn't like Madonna when was younger? All right, everybody liked Madonna. Yeah, she was a little weird, with the armpit hair pictures and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, she definitely wasn't anybody's like, oh my gosh, I wish I was dating Madonna type thing. I never did. but she came out with all these 80s clothes. She had all the bright colors, all the weird shirts, and all those earrings and the hair and everything like that. And then she got into her Desperately Seeking Susan. She did a movie. She was the it girl. She was the Britney Spears of the 80s. And I can't say that I was a huge Madonna fan, but I do know all of her songs, back in the 80s. Have no idea what happened to her, but when you get paid that much money over the years, you get bored with just a regular top ramen and TV dinner. So you explore your life a little bit, and you end up, I think picture on the right, kind of self-explanatory. Yeah, so this is what money does. This is what happens when you get money. So yeah, that's why we're just trying to do the bare minimum over here at the United Spot. We're not trying to be millionaires. We're just trying to pay the bills. We're just trying to keep the lights on. We're not trying to turn into I can't even I can't even talk about it. I don't even understand. I, I I can't even talk about it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go hands down with definitely, 100%. I mean, honestly, it almost looked like I was looking at on the like I was looking at Bill Maher. So I mean, we call it Mardonna, like Bill Mardonna. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna go 100% with 1980s Madonna. Like a virgin, how touch for the 35th time. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with the one on the left, Madonna, 1980. Absolutely 100%. All right. So I think that was hopefully enough of the stuff to try to get me to laugh. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, whoa. The 1980 Stingray Corvette versus the 90s Corvette. Whoa. Now, we never knew anything like this back in our day. We didn't have anything nice like this. We just, my dream car when I was a kid, honestly, for a moment was the Fiero. I don't know why. I have no idea. I look at that car. I even had the toy Fiero. But I remember as a young boy, there was always this Corvette, this Stingray Corvette. It was a white Corvette. And I didn't know anything, when I was young. I didn't know anything about the whole, the model, what was, the frame, what it was made out of, the shell, I didn't know it was made out of fiberglass, all that kind of stuff. But so I was just absolutely enthralled with the Stingray. I thought it was the most amazing car in the world. Now it just seems kind of strange. Just like way too long, skinny, then I got into the IROC Z, but I tell you what, I would have to honestly go with the 1990s Corvette because the lights, everything about that car just turned out to be, and I mean, don't even get me started about the Corvettes that they have now. It's just insane how amazing these Corvettes have gotten. Never owned a Corvette. Don't think I would ever even buy one if I could. Just, I'm more into looking versus owning. But I have sat in one. And let's just put it to you this way. I was about 17 years old, and I sat in my it was almost like a Ferris Bueller moment. I sat in one of my friend's dad's car and started it up and thought I knew how to do stuff. And next thing you know, the middle console started smoking. So let's just put it to you this way. I don't know. I honestly don't remember if we stayed friends after that. I was such a little knucklehead. This is a tough one because they're both amazing cars. Obviously, if you look back in time right now and see anything from the 80s and 90s, it's definitely not going to be something that you're going to want to buy unless it really, really stands out. Now, if this was Eleanor, absolutely 100%, I would go hands down with Eleanor no matter what year it was, because that is my all-time dream car. That Eleanor is like literally the tops of anything that you could ever own as a human being. And honestly, I mean, I doubt I'll ever be able to buy that. But if I would turn like 90 years old and the option is there, I'm definitely going to take it, and I'm going to just cruise down that highway at 150 miles an hour into that great big highway in the sky. Yeah. So if Eleanor was on board, I would. There'd be no hands down. This is a tough situation because they're both really, really outdated cars. Are I mean, obviously classics. The '90s Corvette, it's great. It had its moment, but it's more of a bubblegum look to it. The '80s Corvette had more of a Viper, like a hardcore, like like gangster, like I'm getting ready to go do a meth drop. Crockett and Tubbs, Crockett and Tubbs type shit. Um, I'm gonna go with the Stingray, 1980 Stingray, just because it's just absolutely the two-seater. It's just like get in. It's just like yeah, I don't know. It's just something about the Stingray, and because of that moment every day that I saw this one car on the street, and I just fantasized about getting into it and everything like that. And I think the closest I've ever come to owning a Corvette. I'm not sure if anybody remembers this, but back in the '80s, they had these little Matchbox cars and you put a key in the back of it. Like like if a car had a butt, and you put the key into the car's butt, and then you click it, and the car would just go flying, and you could make it do all kinds of crazy things. That was like my favorite toy there for about 3 months. That was the closest I ever came to owning a Corvette. So yeah, I'm gonna go with hands down 1980s Stingray Corvette. I'm not sure if I would like the color or not. I would probably have to change the color. But yeah, that's just a beautiful car. Beautiful car. All right, so let's move on to oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. It looks let's see how good I am here. I know that's David Lee Roth. That's obviously Van Halen. I want to say that jeez. I have no that's pretty strange. I have no idea who this is. I have no idea who the people are on the right. It looks familiar. They look familiar. I want to say like no, that's not Papa Roach. Who the hell are those people? Oh, that's Offspring. That's Offspring. You gotta keep them separated. Every time, hey, come out and play. All right, so that's David Lee Roth, Van Halen, and Offspring. There's really no comparison to this one. Van Halen literally rocked the '80s. Hot for Teacher. That's still it's just incredible. If you got good speakers, boat speakers, Harley speakers, car speakers, doesn't matter what kind of speakers, play Hot for Teacher. And I'm telling you right now, it's just Panama. It just everything. Not everything, but most of Van Halen is insane. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and be the guy that says, "Oh yeah, Hagar." So Van Hagar brought a little bit to the table. They brought a little bit to the table. Why can't this be love? I was all right, but I still listened. But hands down, bibbity bibbity bop, diddy bop. I ain't got no offspring, no offspring, no offspring. And tell me, yeah. So I'm gonna go with Van Halen, 1,000%. There's nobody that could compare to Van Halen. I know there's a lot, but Van Halen. I mean, come on, Van Halen and Motley Crue are literally top three all time. So it's really hard to top that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with 100% Van Halen. Offspring did some great songs. Honestly, I only know a couple. One I think they sang that one song, "Get a Job," I think, and then "Pretty Fly for a White Guy." I'm not saying they didn't have very good songs, but you just can't compete. That's like creating a light bulb and then creating Velcro. I don't know. That was a horrible thing. But David Lee Roth, just incredible entertainer. I don't think that David Lee Roth would make it through, like America's Got Talent or what's that one song, American Idol. But most of the best bands never even went on American Idol, and they were just incredible. Like, can you imagine Joe Cocker, Joe Cocker going on American Idol, and Simon would be like, what the fuck is this? Like, Randy would be like, come on, dog. What? He's like, you are so beautiful. It's like, everything I offer. It's like, seriously, they would have like, there was just no way in hell Joe Cocker could have ever made it, or like Michael McDonald would be like, and then Paula Abdul would just be like, "Oh my God, you're so! I just want to tell you my pocket." Yeah, so I'm gonna go with 100% Van Halen, not Hagar, Van Halen, absolutely 100%. All right, let's see what else we got here. What else we got here? Oh shit! Is it okay? This is 80s. This is an 80s menu at McDonald's, and this is a 90s menu at McDonald's. I'm assuming this is true. I'm not sure if this is correct or not, so don't quote it. But so it looks like back in the 80s, get a large French fry for 46 cents, hot apple pie for. I don't even eat here, so I have no idea. Quarter pounder 60 cents, Big Mac 65 cents, quarter pounder with cheese 70 cents. Can you imagine? So you have all these people like, why are prices so crazy, man? Well, it's inflation. I understand that, but why does it have to? Why does every year inflation have to get worse? I don't get it. Why? Does anybody understand? Why? I mean, they give you this like weird explanation, but it's not like, anything's changed. And I mean, pretty much everything does things for each other. So why are things more expensive now, even when things, I don't get it. Just like, hey, I'm not a fan of McDonald's. I'm not a fan of fast food. So this is a hard thing. When I was a kid, I think the only thing that I ate at McDonald's and enjoyed is the sausage and egg with cheese and hash brown. And if you ate too many of them, because I mean, as a growing boy, you sit there and eat 15 of those things. You could pretty much only eat two of those, two of the things, and then the hash browns, and feel like garbage. You just feel like absolute garbage. Now, McDonald's is like coming in with all these things, like they have top chefs that are creating all these wonderful salads. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but we do have, young people in our family and stuff that we take there that like this kind of crap. Hopefully we don't get sponsored by McDonald's because they'll replay this. But paying $25 in a drive-through at any fast food restaurant is just ridiculous. I just don't think that's meat. I don't think that's meat. First job I ever had in my life, I was 14 years old. I worked at Burger King. Different time back then. I was in charge of making hamburgers, and I remember it too, like it was yesterday. I was in charge of making hamburgers. I really liked the job. I really enjoyed the French toast sticks in the morning. I'm not sure if they took that out of my paycheck or not, but didn't matter. I was a kid. I'd eat anything. I was a fan of the Whopper when I was a kid. Haven't had fast food in probably 20 years. Just not a fan of it. I think the last thing I ate was from Burger King. I ate chicken fries, I believe. Just not a fan. Just not a fan of fast food. But I remember that, like I was just like sitting there, like, thinking, man, I hope I get to be the manager here someday. Wouldn't that be amazing? And now these managers are making like 100 and some thousand a year at these fast food restaurants. Meanwhile, truck drivers, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, I mean, they're getting paid like shit. And they're the people that are literally, putting this world together, and in fast food restaurants is actually tearing it all apart. So honestly, I'm going to have to go with the 80s McDonald's menu because, I mean, come on. That's when I was a kid. I didn't think about my health. it's completely changed. I got to be honest with you, though. I did watch The Founder with Michael Keaton, and I just found that movie absolutely incredible. I actually played it for the rest of the United Spot. They actually came over and we all watched it together twice. No joke. That's how good we actually liked that movie. Um, we're not huge fans of Michael Keaton, but we actually do like Michael Keaton. We to this day, we thought he was the best Batman. It was just they made that movie too bubblegum. Jack Nicholson could have been given a much more responsible part than that. It's just really goofy. Having Kim Basinger on there, holy shit. For those of you that did not remember Kim Basinger or just kind of wrote her off, holy shit. 80s Kim Basinger, holy shit. The hair, oh my gosh. Whoo! Kim Basinger. Everybody's sitting there saying Cindy Crawford, Holy shit. Oh, I like Christy Brinkley. No. Holy Kim Basinger. Holy shit. I'm going to need a few minutes. All right. So I'm going to go with 80s McDonald's menu, hands down, just because I was a kid and I thought that the Happy Meals were cool. Never got into the actual food there. Thought the fries were okay. Didn't really like the shakes. Wasn't a huge McDonald's fan. Honestly, my favorite milkshake to this day from a fast food restaurant, and I'm not even sure it's technically even considered a milkshake, is a Frosty from a place called Wendy's. I've had 5 of those in my life, and I would put my French fries in them, and they make the best French fries too. I haven't eaten at this place called Wendy's in probably, I don't know, 30 years. But I tell you what, it was the most incredible thing I was just like, wow. It's like it was almost like it wasn't even, and they didn't even give you a straw or anything. They give you a spoon. It was like eating just ice cream, but it just wasn't all that hard ice. Anyways, long story short, do push-ups. 80s McDonald's menu, and stop raising your prices, McDonald's. Or actually, maybe that's a good thing. Raise the prices so people stop eating this crap. Go home and make a salad or make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's a lot healthier than this garbage. Make some pasta, cook some eggs, eat some chicken or some turkey. I don't know. Betty White said stay away from anything green. Betty White said stay away from anything green. She lived literally almost 100. So I'm all right, let's move along, shall we? I don't even know what this is. Looks like somebody did a horrible. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Hang on. I'm trying to see exactly what this is. Oh, apparently this didn't buffer right. Okay. I'm trying to look at it. It's not showing it right. Okay. That's why. Okay. That's why. So apparently this is 1980s Luke Skywalker with Yoda. And this one on the right-hand side is Samuel L. Jackson and Yoda in, I believe it was the 1999 version of Star Wars. You know what? I honestly never got into the new Star Wars, and I think it was a huge mistake. I know a lot of people got into it, the younger generation. Kind of like when they did the whole Karate Kid thing. All these kids, that were born in the 90s and stuff thought that Jaden Pinkett Smith or whatever the hell his name is was the actual Karate Kid. And then they started thinking that, the Phantom Menace or whatever the hell they called these things was the actual Star Wars. And that's just horrible for the kids out there, that went to the movies in the 70s and the 80s. I cried. My mom had to take me out of the movie theater when Han Solo got frozen. I'm not kidding. It was pretty traumatic experience to see somebody that you've looked up to in the movie industry as a child. Carried me out of the movie theater crying when Han Solo, um, I was 19 years old. It was a traumatic time seeing Han Solo frozen like that from that piece of shit Jabba the Hutt. Come on, man. What was that all about? Lazy ass. He's just all pissed off because he just sits around eating stuff all day. Wants to freeze people, hang around, it's this decoration. Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, absolutely incredible. I wasn't like the rest of the rich kids, in my neighborhood. I didn't have all the cool, Star Wars memorabilia, with the Darth Vader case and all the characters inside. I had a lot of friends that had all that kind of stuff, but I didn't have it. I just, I think the biggest, coolest thing I ever had, and my mom saved up enough money to buy it, was the Boba Fett gun. Wow. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It was a Boba Fett character and the Han Solo gun. I'm sorry. I apologize for lying to you like that. I got them mixed up. So the Boba Fett character was honestly my favorite character. Boba Fett was just I loved Boba Fett, but I also loved Han Solo. And so with the Boba Fett character, you had like this, you could like hang him from, like string, and he would like go flying all over the place. And then the Han Solo gun, it just looked like a weird, it looked like a computer that it was just really strange. But it was fun, toys in the 80s, fun times. Yeah, so 100% 80s Star Wars. The newer ones we're just not into it. And that's all of the United Spot here. We're just not fans of Star Wars past the 80s. They ruined it. I just, it's just, how could the graphics get better? It's like, yeah, as you keep going, the graphics get better from the past. Yeah, I don't know. Love Darth Vader. Love the whole storyline of it. It was just, to imagine something like that from absolutely nothing. That's pretty awesome. So, sucks that these pictures got cut off. That's weird. I got to find a new way to do this here. I don't know. I got to ask them what they did wrong here, because apparently this is, I don't know. They didn't do a very good job of this one. So, all right, you ready? Oh, well. Baby, if you ever wonder whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. I was not a Friends guy. Did not like Friends. Wasn't into the whole Friends thing. You could put a pile of dog leftovers on the grass right now, and I would choose dog leftovers over Friends. And it has nothing to do with anything other than I was just not into that kind of show. Didn't do it for me. I know there's a lot of people that, oh wow, Friends, I live for this show. WKRP, holy cow. Lonnie Anderson, Les Nessman, the big guy, Venus Flytrap, Johnny Fever. I just, Herb. The whole show was just hilarious. It was just hilarious. Yeah. So I don't even know why we're even discussing this. Whoever put this one together should be fired from the United Spot. Like right now. Like I'm actually gonna text them right now and say, that's it. You're fired. That's it. You're fired. Got time and time cracking and unpacking. Oh man, this 90s is 80s versus 90s is pretty awesome. I got to be honest with you, I'm reading some of the comments in here real quick just to let you guys know. But listen, we understand the whole thing with Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. We don't know what's going on there, but we love Disneyland. We don't ever get to go because we can't afford it. We absolutely love Disneyland as kids. We thought it was awesome. We got to go every once in a while. and it was our favorite place to go ever. Bringing Star Wars to Disneyland was the worst possible thing they could possibly do. Even bringing Michael Jackson to Disneyland, I don't understand it. I'm not sure exactly what their motive was for that. The fact that they changed Splash Mountain out, and we're totally getting off topic here right now because we're supposed to be sticking to the 80s versus 90s and WKRP in Cincinnati. I just don't understand why they did that. I just don't understand. But I think we're talking. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I can talk about this because we were talking about Star Wars. And I do not personally believe that they need to bring Star Wars into Disneyland. Disneyland has nothing to do with Star Wars. Mickey Mouse is not on the Millennium Falcon. It's just not there. Anyways, I know it's Friday, guys. Do you have any money? Can you send us some? I know there's only 38 people here right now, so there must be something really interesting going on. But that's fine. We're going to finish out the show like men, and we're not going to stop. Where are we at? Right here. Hold on. Oh, here we go. 80s versus 90s, WKRP in Cincinnati, 100%. Absolutely. It's just a great show. If anybody's ever watched it, you know what I'm talking about. If you guys were, friends, this. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't watch the show every once in a while. I just could not get into the show. I didn't understand it. I didn't relate to it. I couldn't even try to relate to it. I mean, I couldn't relate to WKRP. I'm not a radio show host or anything like that. Never worked in a radio station before, but it was funny. I just didn't find Friends funny, but whatever. So WKRP, come on. We all know who won. Let's see what else we got here. Ha! Martin! Different strokes. Now the world don't lose to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of these. Then along come two. They got nothing but the jeans. They got different strokes. They got different strokes. They got different strokes to rule the world. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine. This is a tough one. I mean, who could forget Mr. Drummond? Willis. What you talking about, Willis? Little Arnold, rest in peace. That show brought out more sadness over the years than it actually did. Gary Coleman passed away. What's her name? She passed away too. I can't remember her name right now. I believe it was Kimberly on the show, but it was I can't remember her name. And Willis, Todd Bridges, he had a huge problem. He's doing okay now apparently, but yeah, it's pretty sad. That show, childhood actors in general, I just don't think it's the parents' wisest decision to, and usually if you have a child that's a star, 9 times out of 10, it was the parent that initiated it, I mean, because if you think about it, there's a lot of parents out there that really, that might love their kids, but they love money more, and if you got a kid that got picked to be, a star role in a TV show and he's getting $150,000 a year and you're in charge of the money. I mean, come on. I mean, we all know what it's like when you're a little short on cash, and hey, can I borrow $10? Can you imagine what it's like to have a child that has a payroll of like $1 million every 3 months? But then you got Martin. Martin. What was it? Shanae or Shaniqua. He did a couple characters on there. He had Tommy, Gina. Damn, Gina. This one's actually, it could be a tie. Just because both shows were pretty funny. Different Strokes kind of went a little serious every once in a while. Like, that whole touching video. They dealt with a lot of racism. which was pretty risky back in the 80s. Um, but it also leads back to a point that I've had is that this kind of stuff, this kind of talk, this kind of pressuring the viewer into living a life, and thinking thoughts has been going on for years. So I'm going to do this. This is going to be probably first of many because we're going to continue this show even if nobody watches it. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. Yeah, we only got 35 people in here, so what? We're successful. I'm going to go with a tie on this one because they're both great shows. Um, I personally watched both of them up and down, side to side, and diagonally. Loved them. Thought they were awesome. And yeah, that's a tie. I just, um, yeah. I mean, Martin Lawrence, grew on to be a pretty good actor. Did a great stand up. Was never Eddie Murphy, but he did well on his own. Loved him in Wild Hogs. He's a little bit of an over actor in some senses, um, but he's had a couple good movies. Nothing, obviously he's not going to be winning any Academy Awards here anytime soon. But he's got his moments where he's a funny guy. Nobody's ever going to top it for me for Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy will always be um, and I'm sorry, I know that Richard Pryor comes in. I have a top three: Red Fox, and but Eddie Murphy is my all-time favorite comedian. And the moment that he stopped being kind of funny, he's still always going to be funny no matter what. But the moment he stopped being truly funny was when he started acting. Because when you start acting, you could say something extremely funny, and they'll just say, "Cut! All right, do that again." And when you're just naturally funny, there are no cuts. You just say what you have to say, and if people laugh and it comes out right, then people are going to laugh their asses off. That's the downside to what happened to Eddie Murphy is that when he stopped doing stand up, when he stopped being himself, um, when he had a director and a producer, that's when he stopped being funny. But Eddie Murphy is always going to be my favorite comedian. Nobody will ever make me laugh as much as Eddie Murphy did. Um, so this one's a tie. This one's a tie. Let's move on here. Oh, nice. Silver Spoons versus Family Matters. Ricky Schroeder. So here we go. We got Erin Gray, I believe her name was. I had a huge crush on her. I don't know why. I got to be honest with you. The chick from Full House, I can't remember her name. Laura, freaking, what's his name? John Stamos's pretend what? Holy shit. Was it Lori Lofton or something like that? Holy shit. Why did they put, my gosh, she was gorgeous. So Silver Spoons had Alfonso Ribeiro. That looks like a young, what's his name? That's that kid or that's the guy that was in Starsky and Hutch. He's been in all kinds of, he was in that Netflix drama too. What's his name? I can't remember. Anyways, so Ricky Schroeder starred in this, and he was a rich kid. His dad was rich. I don't know if he was. I can't remember this too much. I know I watched the show, and I always thought, "Whoa, wouldn't it be cool?" I'm not sure if he was adopted. I can't remember exactly the whole storyline of the whole thing, but I just remember that the dad. I'm not sure if he adopted her or if he didn't know. I can't remember. And Erin Gray was like an assistant or something like that. And then Ricky Schroeder lived in this mansion, and he had everything he ever wanted. He had all these toys, and it was just all these shenanigans with rich stuff. And he was, coming in on a train, and I don't know, it's just hilarious. And then you had Family Matters. The dad was a cop. Urkel was the next door neighbor, infatuated with the next door neighbor's, the cop's daughter. And it was similar to, it was similar to the Cosby Show in some senses, other than no Benadryl. I don't really remember Silver Spoons too much to really say. Gosh, Ozark. That's what the guy's name is. He played in like Ozark or something like that. What's his name? Jason Bateman. That's his name. Jason Bateman. So Ricky Schroeder, Alfonso Ribeiro was actually he was in the show too as well. He was Ricky Schroeder's friend. I'm gonna go with Family Matters just because it was pretty funny. A lot of good shows. Can't really remember too much of it, but I remember that Family Matters was pretty funny. So was, Silver Spoons, but I just always wanted to be that. I was like, man, that guy's got so many toys. That must be awesome. So I'm gonna go with Family Matters '90s, which is rare because I'm usually an '80s kind of guy, but we're gonna go with the '90s Family Matters, and yeah, Ricky Schroeder. I know he made a post the other day. Oh, that's it. I guess that was it. Huh. Well, yeah, that's it. I guess that was 10. All right. Well, okay. Let's see how much time we got left. Got about 14 minutes. All right. So this is a perfect time to beg for some money. I tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to play a video for all of you guys. We're going to be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll talk a little bit of politics then. We'll have a little fun with the politics, and we'll discuss that kind of stuff. We will discuss everything that is going on in the world and why people get so upset when they hear certain things on the internet. Let's see what we got here. Hang on. I need to see something here right quick. What we got here? What we got right here? Oh, so gotta share this here real quick. So all of you know, anybody that knows the United Spot knows that we are huge fans of Pirate Radio and James R. We like to have a lot of fun with James R. He has a lot of fun back with us. We were just recently on this show. There was actually four of us, not three. There was four of us on the show. I believe it was not this last Friday, but the Friday before. So apparently there's this person. I'm not going to get too much into it, but we were blocked as well. And that she's out handing out ultimatum saying that if you don't block James R and Pirate Radio, then I'm blocking you. So the one thing you don't want to do is block a meme count. You don't ever want to block a meme account. So apparently, I don't want to. I can't say too much. So, anyways, this is the person that's handing out ultimatums, and she's basically asking everybody to block James, or she's going to block you. So happy trails to you. We will not meet again. Now, we don't block anybody at the United Spot. We never have. We never will. We had an issue with something here that I'm not going to really get into. We had an issue with our YouTube channel recently in the last couple of months where people were being blocked. They were being censored. They were being, muted, whatever you want to call it. And we had to clean up shop because that's not something that we do at the United Spot. We may not agree with your opinion, but we agree with freedom of speech. And as long as you're not sitting there making like really, really, really illegal comments, you can say whatever you want. You could tell us how stupid we are. You could tell us how dumb our videos are. You could tell us to quit begging for money. You could tell us that we need to quit. You could do whatever you want. It doesn't bother us. We're extremely well-skinned human beings. We have an extra layer of latex to hide all the tears. But yeah, we don't do the whole blocking thing. We never have. We don't censor anyone. And the reason we don't is because we can't scream free speech. Yes, you can. You can tell us to stop singing. You can't scream free speech and then block someone just because they say, "Oh, your videos suck." So we don't do that kind of stuff. We don't block anybody. So, like I said, we ran into a problem, we fixed it, and wouldn't you know it, all of a sudden, all those people can comment again. Huh? Strange. So, yeah, we have never said our videos were good. They were great, but a lot of people think they suck, and we appreciate that. And because they suck so much, we're gonna play one. We got what? 9.5 minutes. 9.5 minutes. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's play a good one. And like I said, we're going to keep playing this Friday video until it gets 100,000 views. Once it gets 100,000 views, we will not post it again. But if it doesn't get 100,000 views, which it probably won't because it's only got 1,000 views in an hour, we will continue to post this video every single Friday until it gets 100,000 views. So prepare to start talking crap about the United Spot. Make sure to tell us how horrible we are and how we're just a bunch of morons that aren't funny or entertaining. And all we do is beg for money. Just because we beg for money doesn't mean we get money. It hurts to ask. Nope. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I gotta check the PayPal account real quick. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Let me check the PayPal account and let's see here. Click. Nope. Nothing. Nothing in the PayPal account. Well, let me check the Cash App account. Nope. Nothing in the Cash App account. All right. Well, hang on real quick, guys. Before I play a video, I was going to get to our sponsors here. We wanted to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, we just wouldn't be here right now, and we just want to thank our sponsors for all their support and all their money. So, without further ado, a word from our sponsors. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The United Spot has been recently sponsored by Crickets. Crickets. It's what's making that sound. So let's see here. You know what? I think we should watch this video right here. I think this is a great video. Its moments. This is another video we should start posting every single week until it gets 100,000 views. It really
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the roast of Joe Biden. What's going on? Don't worry, Joe. You'll forget all about it tomorrow. Wow, I just noticed that's Michelle and Barack over there. Thank you for being here and taking a break from firing 50 landscapers in one day. I don't blame you, though. 50 of them and not one leaf blower in sight. You got them out of there faster than Benghazi. Michelle is starting another bookstore. What is that, like 12 books? Do the proceeds of your books go to school lunches? Kamala Harris is in the house. This woman goes through knee pads faster than me and Joe go through diapers. Every time I see her, she's wearing a new pearl necklace. Seriously, how'd she get the golf ball through the garden hose? Kamala can make a hot dog disappear faster than Hillary's emails and Michelle Obama's pregnancy pictures. Hunter Biden's, stressed. Hunter is the poster child for above the law. Hunter's net worth is $230 million. He's got more money than me. No wonder you're not in prison. Maybe I should take my clothes off and smoke some Parmesan. I see Hillary Clinton over there. Which means statistically, one of us will go missing tonight. And finally, the rock star, mumbling Joe Biden. 82 million votes. That's even more votes than you got last time, Obama. Only took Joe 3 times to finally make it to the big show. 3 times and 3 different bodies. How many different bodies are you up to, Hillary? They say that since Joe took office, everything in America is higher. Gas, inflation, food, Hunter. But there is one thing that's not high. Joe's approval rating. So seriously, who gets the paycheck? You or Obama?
I have to be honest with you. Our new slogan is, "Where's the client list?" It's like got milk, but it's actually got client list. I'm sorry. It's not where's the client list. It's got client list. Can't wait for that to come out here soon, and all the disappointment that's going to come with it, because it's like watching a Tyson fight. All the hype, all the commercials, all the promotion for it, and as soon as they release the client list. There's going to be nobody you've ever heard of. Nobody that you think is on the list will be announced. It's just going to be one big shit show. It's so cool seeing this right here. 310,000 subscribers. It only took almost a year. So cool. Pretty freaking awesome. Okay, we're going to watch this. I got to be honest with you, okay? We're not getting into politics.
Hey, Pete, how's the transportation thing going?
Pretty good.
Hey, Pete, how's the
Gosh darn it.
transportation thing going?
Pretty good.
Hey,
Except
hey.
the tunnel is always getting jammed.
Oh, yeah? Hey, have you filled up all the cracks yet?
Oh, yeah. I filled up.
I don't know why YouTube likes to play this game. So, okay, I got a question. When Trump was in office, not many people knew who his transportation secretary or whatever the hell you want to call it was. The reason is because that particular person was out, doing things and, getting things done, wasn't making public appearances. She wasn't, making public appearances and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But why do we have to see this guy all the time? He lost. He lost bad. He didn't even lose. He just dropped out. It was bad enough we had to see him, Anyway. Why do we have to? Okay, I just need to understand, why are roads supposed to be so mean? And roads, how can roads be mean to you? How could railroads be mean to you? How could bridges be mean to you? I don't get it. I don't understand how transportation is, I can't even say the word. Anyways, most of the people have seen this video. This is an absolute classic. I don't care who you are. We knocked it out of the park with this one.
Hey, Pete, how's the transportation thing going?
Pretty good. Except the tunnel is always getting jammed.
Oh, yeah? Hey, have you filled up all the cracks yet?
Oh, yeah. I filled up lots of cracks.
And the holes? Did you pack all the holes?
It's all taken care of.
And how are you doing in the poles?
I'm at the top of all the poles.
Good. Hey, so how do you get to work? You ride a train?
No, silly. I drive my SUV.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I park it around the corner from my office. Then I ride my bike the rest of the way.
You really are helping out Earth.
I know.
Hey, what kind of bike you got?
It's a rear render.
Damn! You got a flashlight, rubber tuba, silver bullet, joy toy? Lucky?
Yeah, it's my pocket pleaser.
Hey, how come you ain't got no seat?
Who needs a seat?
It smells like monkeys shitting bananas.
I know, right?
Hey, you ever ram it on any sweet bumps?
Yeah, but every time I pedal hard, my shaft rubs against the rim and grease gets everywhere.
Hey, can I ride it real quick?
Are you talking about the bike?
Hey, what's that smell?
Oh, that's probably my new perfume.
Oh, yeah, what's it called?
Sloppy dumpster? My husband picked it out.
Stinks.
Yeah, 30% of the time, it works every
All right,
time.
I'm gonna go jump now. Oh, right in the sloppy crunch.
Joe, are you?
Oh, man. What a way. Everybody's out there looking for that sloppy crunch perfume. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, this has reached the end of the United Spots 80s versus 90s. Tomorrow, I promise we won't have a live tomorrow. I'm sorry. There will not be a live tomorrow. Not in the afternoon, but there might be a live tomorrow night. We have a group thing that we're doing tomorrow, so we will not be having a live tomorrow. Not at 3:00 p.m. So 3 p.m. Eastern time, we will not have a live. We will be uploading a few videos tomorrow, and we will hopefully have a live tomorrow night. Not sure really what time, and then we will get back to normal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the rest of the week will be just fine. Be able to wish you guys a happy New Year's and all that good stuff. So we wanted to thank each and every one of you that is in the live right now on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing and leaving your wonderful comments that we will read later. Thank you all so much for your support. It truly means a lot. Thank you so much for everybody on Twitter who's listened and left comments and shared out this amazing YouTube live. And thank you so much for everybody on Facebook as well. Thank you all so much for your amazing support. We wanted to take a moment to thank everybody, all of you, not just one, not just two. Thank you all so much. If you left us a donation, if you become a member of the United Spot YouTube channel, if you bought a hat or a shirt from the United Spot, if you watched our videos, if you've left comments, if you've shared our videos, if you've liked our videos, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to make us feel special. Our goal in life here isn't to create division. Our goal in life here isn't to create hate, racism, or any kind of anger or violence. Our main goal here is to make some funny videos to make all of you laugh. That's our main goal. We don't need to be Logan Paul rich. We don't need to be, swimming in, Scrooge McDuck money. We just want to make people laugh and we just want to break even here so we can keep the lights on. That's it. So take time out of your day to make sure that you find something that makes you laugh a little bit, something that makes you giggle, something that takes away all the tension, something that takes away all the frustration and anger from the social media pipelines that can ruin someone's day. Take some time to laugh. Take some time to appreciate yourself for everything that you've done, accomplished. Work on your goals, work on yourself, and always tell yourself that you truly, truly matter. You are the reason we keep doing this. You will not let us give up. You keep encouraging us with your amazing comments, and we can't thank you all enough for everything. So with that being said, we wanted to thank all of you so much from the deepest and darkest parts of our hearts. We love you guys so much, and we can't wait to see you again tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be back, and we're going to play some videos, have a little bit of fun, and we hope to see you then. Have a great rest of your day, guys. We love you. God bless.